Alright guys, so here we are with Frannie. This is not the most ideal situation we've got. Heather has a dinner that she is at tonight, so I am solo. We just locked Frannie up last night. We didn't, up until probably a few weeks ago, we weren't even sure she was pregnant. But she has definitely started into labor. The reason this is not ideal is being solo isn't always the most wonderful thing. If things go well, it's no big deal, but sometimes it's nice to have a second person. So I'm going to try and show you guys some stuff here while we're doing this. Sorry about the wiggliness of the camera. So let's see what we got. Alright. What you got going on, Mama? Yeah, you definitely got some discharge going on. You definitely opened up in there, aren't you? Nope. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, you got a baby. There's a baby right there. Yep. I felt the nose. That's a good thing. Now, the other issue that we've got going on in here is a lot of flies. It's amazing how quick that they can find out what's going on. And they can smell it. And so we're going to try and do our best to keep them at bay. Obviously, you don't want them getting in there at all. You push it out, baby. Yep. Go ahead. You've done this before. You know what you're doing. Come on, good girl. No. Let me get that camera down. So there's the south end of the northbound goat. So for the most part, I'm just going to watch because again, this is not her first time. First fresheners tend to be tend to have a little bit more problems. Not always, but if they're going to have problems, it tends to be the first time. Usually, once they've freshened once, they kind of know the routine. They know what the feel is. This is all my assumption, by the way. But you know, it's not them trying to figure out what's going on. They kind of know what's coming. And, any of the moms out there can probably attest to that. That the first one you weren't as capable or as knowledgeable as the second kid. Try and keep flies off you, Mama. Come on, you gotta have a lot of babies in there. You're freaking huge. Yep, your tail's all goopy. There you go. Keep doing that. And it's hot in here, and just you'll feel a lot better getting that out of there. Come on, Mama. Those aren't real big pushes, but my baby's ready. I felt it. Come on. Push it out, girlfriend. Yeah. So I'm gonna try. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear it or see it, but if we are able to catch it, you'll hear Frannie actually grinding her teeth a little bit. She's not doing it at this very moment, but every once in a while she'll grind her teeth. That is a sign of distress, pain, and so if you're new to having goats and you hear them grinding their teeth a lot, something's going on. If it's during birth, you know what's going on, obviously. But I don't know if that picked it up or not, but that little bit of clicking that you heard there, if the camera picked it up, that's what I'm talking about. That's a sure sign that something's up. So if you hear your goat just sitting there, they haven't eaten or anything, you just hear that grinding noise, something's up, worth checking into. You know, if it were me, first thing you're gonna do, feel everything, see if, you know, did they get headbutted? Do they respond to some sort of touch stimulation that is obviously painful? Maybe a foot, a leg, or maybe the ribs. You know, just kind of do that first pass and see if there's something obvious. If there's nothing obvious, for me, my next step is always vitamin B complex. Vitamin B complex is something that just, you really can't hurt them. It's just supportive. If they don't need it, they're just gonna pee it out. It's given by injection, so if you're not comfortable with needles, probably not a good idea. Get somebody else to do it. But it's an intramuscular injection, and you just kind of hit them with that, and it just kind of boosts everything up. So if you hear that teeth grinding, or also if the goat's just kind of down, not acting itself, that might be just enough to boost them back up and pull them out of that. I don't know of any cases where that would be harmful. There might be out there, but I don't know of any. It's always kind of my first go-to. If that doesn't work, then and they're still down, and you know nothing seems to be working, and they've been just kind of doing that grinding, and nothing's really helping. It's been more than about 24 hours. I'd be reaching out to a vet. The first 24 hours depends on how hard they are. Learn your goats. You know, Heather can tell you the minute one of these goats is just not right, and I'll look at them going, I don't see anything. Everything looks just normal to me. But she knows her goats. Get to know them, especially if they're dairy goats. If they're meat goats, as somebody I know once said, you don't name anything that's just rent and land. You only name things that are going to be around a while. Hence, dairy goats. They're going to be around a while. Meat goats may not be all that critical to be worried about. You know, they're just not going to be, if you're harvesting them soon, probably not anything that may not be anything that you necessarily want to look at. But it's really determining on you. The deciding factors are the goat, how long, you know, how old they are, all those different things. So you got to take all that into fact. So, not saying one idea is wrong or the other. It's you got to make your own decision. But for us, for our dairy goats, and that generally, if we don't see marked improvement within 24 hours, we're getting a hold of our vet, and we're going to start asking questions. You know, hey, is there something else we should try? This is what's going on. Send them pictures if there's anything that needs to be taken, any pictures that would be helpful. For example, we've got one mama right now whose teats, what's one of the Nubians, has a bunch of sores on it. We figured out that it's the babies are chewing on it, and it's sores from their actual teeth. So we took a lot of pictures, sent it off to the vets. They took a look at it and they said, yeah, that's all it is. Put some udder balm on it and go from there. And so that happened yesterday, so that's what we're trying, and we'll see if that covers it. Hi, baby. Good morning. Can you give us some babies? Huh? Is it time? You want to use the babies? Yeah. You'll feel better if you'll push them out. Yes, you will. Yes. You just need to push. Yes. Push now. Yeah. Pretty sure they're done. They've been in there cooking long enough. Whew. Speaking of sores, you got a bunch of them all over your ears. You've been over at the other pasture in the blackberries, haven't you? Oh, you've been eating the blackberries. Wow. Ah, got a bunch of that here too. Yes, you will. Mm-hmm. There you go. There's some of that grinding. I'm just moving your audience closer. You're the star of the show today. You get a little dust on that. There you go. You gotta look pretty for the camera. Here comes one. Go ahead. Your daughter FJ needs a sibling, or sibling. Almost said cousin. Go ahead, Mama. Your beard's all wet. Mm-hmm. And that head tilt that you see her doing, tilting her head back, that's also another sign of discomfort. Another sign of their discomfort is if you see them putting their head up against the wall and pushing. There you go. That's it. That's it. You're deafening everybody, but that's it. Push them out. So anyway, yeah, head pressing, like they put their head up against the wall and they just keep pushing forward. That's another sign of pain and discomfort. So keep that in mind. You know, I really preferred it when you were facing the other way, Frannie. I can see what's going on, but now you're facing this way. I don't know what's going on behind you. You have such a long neck. Yes, you do. So cute. Oh, you're so cute. I'm not food. I am not food. I know. You think everything is food. I am not food. I am not food. No. This is why we call you Fat Frannie. Because you always eating. Mm-hmm. Come on, peace. Got that? I think you like being hand-fed. Going, Connor? Fine. Huh? I see you positioning like you're gonna. You mind if I turn you around? Can I turn you around? Come on. Come on. Ready to get up? No? Come on. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Let's go. All right. You're gonna make me stand up. This is a lot harder. I'm a lot older than you. Oh. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up. Get up. There you go. There you go. Come on, turn around. Face it. I know. I'm such a meanie. There you go. Flies are getting into you, huh? Yeah, I know. This time of year sucks for the flies. That's the one nice part about winter births. No flies. Try and stimulate you a little bit. What do you think? Yeah? Just give you a little stimulation. There you go. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna pee. Done being? Well, that just makes you squat, doesn't it? Come on. So you're both acting like you're ready and acting like you're not ready. You're kind of confusing there, girlfriend. So normally, I would expect everything to be a little more opened up if she was really, really, really close. But yet, she's acting like the way she's pushing and when she's laying down and what we saw on camera, all those different things, like she was very actively in labor. So getting a little bit of mixed signals here. But this entire pregnancy has been kind of mixed signals. We did breed her and weren't sure it took. She didn't really look like she was filling out or anything. And then all of a sudden, boom, she just really looked like she was pregnant and everything was going along. So this entire pregnancy has been a little bit, I don't want to say abnormal, just not following typical ways. So her not necessarily showing that she's open or that she's readily open, it's not all that surprising either. So, but pretty sure, yeah, there's a baby right there. So if you guys look, that's all the farther that I'm putting my finger in, just right there, and I'm feeling the nose of a baby. So you don't have to go in very far to identify it. At least I'm hoping that's a nose. Sure, being so closed up, it's a little bit hard to tell. But the size of her, I'll tell you some things that's going through my mind right now. So with as big as she is and wide as she is, my concern would be that there are 3 babies in there. 3 babies inside of one uterus. You've got, yeah, I know. You've got a lot of legs, 4 legs each that can all get tangled up with each other. Then you've got those long necks as well. So everything can kind of get tangled up in there, which definitely makes for a very difficult birth. If you've got 2, you've got a lot less, more room to move around, all that. So with her being as big as she is, that's what's going through my brain right now. Is like, okay, is she really farther along than we think in the birthing process? But all those babies are in there just tangled up together and not enough room to move them around to get them into the birth canal and ready to go. Don't lay down yet. Don't lay down. Give me the other end. Come on. Come on. Here. You're not gonna do this. Come on. Just turn around. Turn around. Oh, you don't want to stand up at all. Come on. Let me tell you. Just turn. Okay. Just turn around. For some reason, and maybe somebody out there, maybe that goes to vet school, or somebody can research it, all of our girls tend to want to have their butt towards a wall when they're giving birth. So it's almost like they're giving birth into a wall. I have no idea why, but it's very, makes our life difficult. Because otherwise you're trying to reach in there when you do have to help. You're fighting a wall right there. But for whatever reason, they all tend to turn around and put their butt right up against the wall. In here, it's not as much of a concern. But in some of our stalls, we've got brick that comes up the wall, cinder block, which is obviously very rough. And just, to me, that seems like it would be a rough day for a baby coming out and just sliding down that cinder block. And here everything's pretty much smooth wood, and it's not as much of a concern. But I like to be able to watch and see what's going on. Come on, your butt this way. And the way that she's screaming all that, I'd expect to start seeing a nose start sticking out here. There you go, lay down. Don't turn around. So let's see if it's picking up. So you see how much she's panting right now? She's in pain. She's hurting. Trying to help you open up just a little bit. No? Yeah. You're gonna turn around on me. All right, do what you're gonna do. Just couldn't help me, could you? Nope. Come on, babes. Gotta get them out. The only thing is gonna make the pup more comfortable. I promise. So. All right, guys. Well, we'll be back with part 2. I'm gonna let her just kind of sit here and relax and kind of do her thing, but I'll do a part 2 once we get a little bit farther along here. All right. Well, that's all. Hold on. Let's see what happens here. We got some good pushes going on here. All right, guys. Well, I'll pop back on once we get a little farther along. So, I think what we're seeing here, my guess is that she's just getting the baby's position. So, so stay tuned for part 2.